Hello all, welcome back to the channel, and welcome to episode 5 of Babes and Beasts. We have a ton of things to do today. We're going to make some 6 stars, and we're going to have a lot of fun. So let's get started. Okay, we're back on I Am Speed Babes account, and we have tons to do today. And the first thing I want to do is we've been doing a ton of work in, and we've got some fusions to make. So we've already done a ton of fusions for 4-star monsters, and we're using some of them already, but we have been working very hard on 5-star fusions. So we have Sig now. He is going to be the leader of my Giants team, so we are going to build him immediately. I made a mistake and I put the Melia for fusion in my siege defense by accident, and siege is now active, so we can't use her right now. So we're going to farm some wind, so when Riley is fused, that we'll be able to awaken her. We're going to level Melia up to 5-star max, and then we'll fuse Riley. We'll awaken Riley, and then we'll come back and begin working on our Giants team. Okay, so here we are back on I Am Speed Babes, and we are now officially farming our first artifacts. We have stable teams for B3 for both Steel Fortress and Punisher's Crypt, and we're just looking for getting some starter artifacts for everybody. So while we're doing that, we're going to theory craft our Giants team. We only have the beginning rune sets that the game gives us, plus a few other random runes that we've gotten, and so we have very limited runes. And so what I suggest, if you're in the same boat I'm in, that you de-rune everything you have, and I'm not going to de-rune the artifact team right now, because I want them to be able to keep going on B3. But de-rune everybody else, and then you put your absolute best runes onto the monsters you plan to do for the content you're going to farm the most. So I know I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Giants because I can get Swift, Despair, Blade, and Fatal, which are the basic ones that I need to get started. And I can fill in with other runes as needed. And so we know Acasis is going to be on the team, and she's decent right now. Fairly good speed, HP, defense. Accuracy could be a little bit higher, and we will try to get that with artifacts maybe. If we can't, we'll have to look at, but she's on Despair Will, which is pretty good for her. Speed, HP, defense, and obviously no grinds on anything. So once she gets grinds, she'll actually have pretty good stats. The key thing is we need to get that accuracy up. But I'm not going to de-rune her because she's on the rune set she needs to be on. And then another monster I'm not going to de-rune is Naomi, because she... I'm not going to de-rune Naomi because she's on the Vampire Revenge set, which is perfectly fine for her. And that's attack, crit damage, attack, and you can see nothing is grinded as well, and she doesn't have artifacts. Her HP is really low, so we need to get some HP in there and maybe one attack. So just hit level 37, and I had just emptied my wings, so I didn't waste any wings. So Naomi's runes aren't going to change. But I think those are the only two that are not going to, that I'm not going to de-rune. Because here's Shannon. She's fast and decent stats, but her accuracy is terrible. So she's not going to be able to perform the way she needs to. So our beginning Giants team is going to be Acasis, Naomi, Shannon, Sigmaris, and Orang. So Orang is on not good runes. Pretty slow, not any attack. So we'll leave Acasis and Naomi ruined, and then everybody else gets de-runed, and then we're going to figure out our best runes we can get. Everyone is now de-runed, so we now have to see Shannon, Acasis, Orang, Naomi, Sig. So that's the turn order. So we need to get, if we want Shannon to move ahead of Acasis, she's at 182 speed. So we need, really we only need plus 70, plus 75 just to stay ahead. Sig is actually decently runed. 82% crit rate, 178% crit damage with 40% accuracy to try to make sure that he can land his freezes. Decent attack. Speed is awful, but we'll adjust that later. But so the Giants team, which we haven't really even tried out yet, is Sig. And then we've got Acasis, who's on Despair Focus, Speed, HP, and these are just basically the runes that the game gives you, plus a few random runes I got from dailies and things like that. And then we have Naomi, and she's on the Scenario Vampire Revenge set. So attack, crit damage, attack. And just whatever those runes are, everybody gets those. And then Shannon is on Swift Shield. So I know, especially getting to Giant's Abyss hard, I'm going to need multiple shield sets for the team to be able to survive this early on. So she's on Speed, HP, Defense. But the HP and Defense runes, neither one rolled well. And this is a gray rune. So I'm hoping we can get by without plus 15 in those. And then as we get better runes from Giants, we just replace those. So, but more importantly, Shannon's on 55% accuracy, which is fairly good. And we needed, the runes that she was on before only had 27% accuracy, which is pretty bad. So she's providing some help to the team with the shield runes, and her accuracy is better to land her debuffs. So, and then Orang is our other damage dealer, and she is not on very good runes, honestly. We're just going to try to get her runes through Giants. Her crit damage rune is not awful. And then this attack rune is actually decent. And then just accuracy, HP, speed, crit damage. She has a lot of accuracy to land her debuffs. She's at 48% accuracy because her debuffs are important for survival. Defense break on the boss, some more damage. Her brand, attack power break, and I think also attack speed slow. Yeah, decrease attack speed, attack power, and defense. She's really important for her debuffs, which is why I gave her some accuracy. So that's the team, and it should be speed tuned. I did one little test. Shannon should be going first, then Acasis, and then I think Naomi actually goes. Oh no. Yeah, I wanted to get Orang ahead of Naomi so that Naomi would do more damage. And then Sig brings up the very last. So eventually we want Sig to move right after Shannon so that Sig can freeze the waves, and then we're not waiting for the waves to take turns. But we just don't have the speed right now. We don't have the runes. Having only one defense break is probably going to be an issue, especially with its being on Orang's skill 3. So if she misses her defense, oh, there's the defense break right there. So, but if she misses it, it could make for long runs or runs where your safety is a concern because everything's going to be around for so much longer. And now we need to see when we can start landing debuffs on the boss. There's a slow. There's the attack power break and the defense break. And so this is where having the shield runes plus the anti-crit plus the shield from Acasis is going to be very helpful. Yeah. So again, this is where not having a defense break is painful. because we've been on this sub-boss for a very long time. No, everybody's healed up pretty good by moving forward in that stage, so maybe we can make it through. There we got a nice... There we go. We stole the attack buff from the giant with a ring. So she's really good for that. There's a brand. Oof. That's painful. That's where having more shield runes and having everybody 6-starred. Yeah, 2 minutes, 42 seconds. That's going to be way too long. So this is my new arena offense team. So it's meant to be an auto team. I don't want to have to do stuff manually. So Bastet goes first, puts up the attack buff. Chloe goes next, and she doesn't necessarily need to go next, but she puts up invincibility just in case the arena team cuts me. So it goes Bastet first, then Chloe, and then Shania for the defense break, and Sig to hopefully do his AoE attack or his second skill to kill something if it gets the defense break on it. And so that's how the team's supposed to work. Okay, we're back. We finished emptying our wings. Typically when I get a new level, I empty my wings immediately, keep them at 0, and then try to keep it at 0 until I get to the next level. And that's actually resulted in quite a few tower upgrades. So I recommend for new accounts that you focus on your Sanctum of Energy first, get that up to level 20, and that gives you a much larger energy refill as you go through the levels. So related to that is the Mysterious Plant, which increases the rate your energy recharges. So if you're not going to be spending much money, or you're going to be a complete free-to-play account, these 2 towers are probably the most important to get finished first, so that you always have the maximum amount of energy possible. And then I'm just waiting till I have enough guild points to get the guild magic shop. This early on in the game, this is probably more important. So we're going to buy the 5-star Rainbow Mon, and then once we get back up to 200 points, we'll buy the guild magic shop. We can look at the updated monster box. Lapis, Sig, and Shania are the only 3 6-stars I have. Everybody else is still 5-star, and I got to get all the Giants team 5-starred, especially Naomi. Naomi's probably the next one because she's a damage dealer, and getting her 6-starred maxed is going to greatly increase her damage output. And so she's the next 6-star, and then I'm still planning on 6-starring Shannon and Acasis and Arang. So probably Naomi and Arang are the next 2 6-stars, and then the 2 supports then, and then we'll have a really solid team that can hopefully go for Abyss Hard, especially since they just did an update and lowered the difficulty of Abyss Hard, so it should be easier to get into that now, which is really good for new players. Don't spread yourself too thin at the beginning of your account. Have 1 or 2 teams you're working on, and that's all you do. All your resources go into those. So everything's going into my Giants team right now, and then also my Arena team, because I want to be faster. And my Arena team is definitely secondary. I don't see myself doing much with that team right now. We're not trying to beat good defenses. We're just trying to farm to get our towers up. I don't know who else. I'm not quite sure. So actually, this audience participation time. Who should I build for dragons? Ellen looks really good because of her 3rd skill. Attacks all enemies 4 times with a volley of arrows. Each strike has a 75% chance to decrease their attack bar. And it goes up to an 85% chance, which is close to 100, by 15%. So if all 4 shots land, that's a 60% attack bar reduction, and that's going to keep the immunity from going up on the dragon. This is the critical thing. So this is actually not a very good rune because they give you 2 support stats and then 2 attacker stats. Those don't mix well, but it is a will speed rune, and I don't have that. Nemesis rune, this could be good for Riley or Fran. So that's an option, and this would actually be, the only thing is crit rate. So great speed, great attack, great accuracy, but crit rate shouldn't be there. And then the last option is this Despair rune. So this could be outstanding for Lapis, although Lapis might be on an HP percent for slot 6. And then it's got defense and resistance. If it rolls into defense or resistance, this rune is useless. So I would probably recommend for most people to consider the Will or Nemesis. We're going to take the Will and we're going to pray that both of the rolls go into the support stats. Of course not. So we got double roll into attack, a single roll into crit damage, and those are low rolls into attack, and a very low minimum roll into resistance. So that didn't roll very well. But hey, it's a 6-star speed rune. We'll use that somewhere. So we're going to try to find 2 more mystics, then we'll come back. Okay, so this is it. We got, we're able to get 2 more mystics, and then, so that's all the summons that we have. So we're going to see if we can get, well, we just want to get new toys. So we need to start thinking about what we can build in other. Oh, we got a Megan. That's great. I've been wanting to get her. That's a fusion monster. And we're just hoping to get, come on, one more fun lightning. Come on, something good. Mermaid. Okay. We're going to take a look at her skills. So when she gets awakened, it's just strengthening a skill. Okay. Just strip on skill 1, which could be useful. She's probably not an immediate build. But hey, you know, we'll see what we can do with her. Part of this series is to be playing with monsters I don't normally build. So maybe we find a use for her. Anyway, that's where we're at on this account. We're just going to keep working on 6-starring the Giants team and building the arena team and getting runes. And then we can start thinking about building the other PvE teams. So until the next episode, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. If you like the content, please like and subscribe below. And of course, I always welcome YouTube comments on where you think the series can go, or who I should try to build that might be useful. Maybe you know of a unit that not a lot of people build, but you've built it, or a friend of yours built it, and it's really awesome for something. So feel free to suggest those below. Until next time, see ya.